how was your pee break?
My pee break?
They might flash you undetected.
Random baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
I, too, am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite. Welcome to Talk to Me, Taylor. Hi, everybody. I hope the tech lords did not wait. What restream? Why are you cock blocking my vibe right now? What did I say too much? I haven't even started yet, guys. Holy shit! It is like my birthday came early. My birthday's tomorrow, and I couldn't have asked for a better gift than this guest who's going to come on last night, because I did spend some time last night to put some brain cells together and watch highlights, not the whole thing, highlights of the Grammys. And this guest is going to reconcile everything. It's really going to make me feel like it wasn't time lost in the performative abyss. So she will be here any minute. I'm on the lookout. Let me just do a quick mic check on myself, basically, to make sure you guys can hear me and I am not talking on a deaf ears like celebrities are to all of us. Like, sweetie, no one asked me. Don't care about your opinion. Let's see if we can hear me here. Yes. Okay. So Joy Villa is going to join us tonight. And I will tell you guys, while we get some more people here in the chat and in the room, and while Joy makes her way over here, the crazy full circle moment of how Joy and I first met and our, crazy paths crossing through the years and where we all are today. And before she gets, just like a little story time, okay? And don't worry about this, like, it's not just that I'm an enthusiast right now for the Y2K, I am, but don't worry. I have a costume reveal underneath this. Just, I can't match Joy, but, I can try. It's like Lady Gaga and an egg, but like not demented. Why this is going to come off. But little story time while we warm you all up. If you may or may not know, like, I don't even know why you watch a show if you don't know. No, given the intro, I was a young, successful red carpet reporter. And I covered events like the Grammys, like the hobnobbing, most exclusive of Hollywood, extensively. Okay. I was front row at these events, quite literally. I was in the bathroom, like basically holding a pregnant celebrity's like placenta. Okay. Like it all went down. And I had covered many of Grammys in my day. Actually, crazy enough, I think the last one that I covered was the day Kobe Bryant died. And that was just such a trippy experience in and of itself. Oh, she's here. She's here. I can't wait. Look at her. Oh, yeah, she's ready to go backstage. No, Joy. I'm finishing my story just to warm the people up of the last time I covered the Grammys, which actually not on a funny note, but sadly was the day Kobe Bryant died. And it was such a trippy day because where it happened, the crash was a stone's throw from my house. And it was just extra trippy because I was covering not the audience, but the like press room. That's where the celebrities go afterwards, like as if you haven't heard them talking enough. And like we actually again care what they have to say, and they go and answer questions from reporters. But what was so creepy because I was back there, what was so again surreal was that was Kobe's house. It was they're at the Staples Center. I don't know if it's still called that, but his pictures everywhere and thinking like this is his house, like this was his empire. Noticing everything and like what had happened that day, his face just plastered on all the mega screens, like just crazy. So super like sentimental and meaningful, contrary to what we see now, which is the literal performative Olympics. They're out self-importancing themselves. And so without further ado, I have backstage who actually made this worth watching. One, Joy Villa. Joy. I told everybody that my birthday is tomorrow.
Talk to me, girl. Taylor, tell me what's going on in the world.
Joy. I told everybody gearing up for this. My birthday is tomorrow, and I'm like, this is a birthday gift. Come early. That
Happy birthday.
You are on. Thank you. And I told everybody this isn't, a costume change like yours. I can't even compete. However, in honor of last night and of you, I had to throw it old school. Let's go. Let's go.
As they say these days, they do this now. I love it. Girl, you even have the pink furry, and then you took it off. Cancel me, baby.
Joy.
They've been trying to cancel you for how many years now?
It's in line with you. Cancel us. Let's go.
Cancel us, please. Please.
Joy, I am so excited about this. You are, I'm obsessed. Okay. And I'm going to bring up the picture in case of you last night at the Grammys, in case everybody missed it. Hang on. Let me show everyone, guys. Brace yourselves. Okay. If you haven't. All right. And Joy made this. We're going to talk all about it. The meaning behind it. You made it yourself. And I'm just obsessed. Everybody feast your eyes. Look at her. She's beauty and she's grace. She's not taking anyone's bullshit, including all of Scientology.
That's my new song. I love it.
And I want to tell everybody, I know I remind everyone every time we're together, but the crazy full circle moment is you and I met at the Grammys years ago when I interviewed you as a reporter on the red carpet. Well, I left in 2020. So I think it was 2018, I think you had the Build the Wall dress.
Oh, then that was 2018. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So Joy, like I said, I'm sure you could just feel the performative, like all of it at an all-time high.
Oh my God.
And I want you to just take the stage, spare no details, but in all honesty, and you know this, like, you know that even if politics aren't aligned, who cares? Like, I'm not a MAGA girl myself. I am so obsessed with the way you are so authentically you and fearless in this mean girls clique bubble, self-important Hollywood. So spare no details. Tell us everything. Were you getting the side eyes? Bring us into that moment last night.
You got it, girl. First of all, it's for people who don't know, I love Taylor so much. Like, this is my girl. We talk off screen, on air, and off. Okay. Love her. She's been giving you the correct programming, which is thinking for yourself, right? It's like programs that program you, not Taylor. She wants you to talk to her and she will talk back to you. So talk to her.
She's like coming correct. Like Scientology is not. No.
Exactly. So first of all, about my outfit. So I created this, it's Joy Villa Couture. It's my own brand now. It's my own label, as I told the Daily Mail. And because no person would create this look for me, no stylist, no designer. So I said, I'm going to take it into my own hands, because if you leave Scientology and talk about it, you are excommunicated. You're not only excommunicated, but you're attacked. You are ostracized. You are completely demonized by the press that they own and by people that they own. And they can also actually stalk you and put cameras in your house and in your trash, hire your neighbors to spy on you. So it can get really, really bad. And not to mention, if you have family in Scientology, if you leave, you can never talk to them again. You're basically dead to everybody. It's really cruel and evil. I lost many friends, hundreds of friends, thousands of people, associates, and hundreds of friends. I was able to keep one good friend who left Scientology as well. And I thank God every day for her. And I'm so glad. And so, leaving Scientology. So I always loved Jesus. I was raised Christian. But Scientology told me I could be a Christian and a Scientologist after they milked $2 million from me, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week working for them. And I was, wanting to die, really wanting to die, and felt absolutely awful at the end of that. I had to leave. I had to escape. It took me 2 years to escape. I slowly distanced away. I talked about leaving Scientology last year, and the press started picking it up this year which was incredible because I planned on wearing this dress. So this was a God thing, right? So I now have come back to the Christian faith. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. I've never felt more peace, but I can't just leave and say, okay, I'm free. I got hundreds of people, Taylor, into Scientology when I was a Scientologist. I thought it helped me. I thought it was the best. They took credit for everything I did. And you know what? There were some things that worked. You learn a lot of communication skills. You have a community, they're very disciplined. They don't do drugs. They're very family oriented. There's all of these moral things that have no correspondence to actual living as a good person because they hide behind these morality. So I say all that to say, to the background to your viewers who don't know, I publicly left. And so I knew I had to speak out against this horrific institution who has killed and hurt a lot of people. And so I wore a bodysuit that's blue and that's space looking because Scientology is all about space. They believe in aliens. This is all the upper level stuff that they don't teach you until you get there after you paid hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. By the way, at the bottom, it's all like self-help, new age, kind of like feel good group. So, yeah, you can be Christian, you can be Muslim, you can be Jewish and be a Scientologist. We love everybody, right? It's all of this kind of one world. So, and then you get into it and it gets harder and more difficult. And then you're trapped and you're married to a Scientologist like I was, and your family Scientologist. Maybe you're renting from a Scientologist. Maybe you work for Scientologist, right? So it's very intrinsic. It's very evil. And it's all rooted in Satanism because L. Ron Hubbard was a Luciferian. He believed Lucifer is the good guy. Jesus is the bad guy. They also don't tell you that until you get to the highest level, OT8. So I wore a bodysuit that represent the space age, like, space 1980s, which Scientology still has this crazy look about it, right? All these old science fiction books that L. Ron Hubbard made. And I beaded it with pearls on it. And then on the message says Scientology kills. And inside my fur jacket, I opened it up, faux fur, and inside are some of the 200 names of children who were trafficked into Scientology, abused in Scientology, and people who have died because of Scientology.
Yep, I'm pulling it up here for everybody. Here we go.
Yep. So they can see that's what all of the papers are. And I wrote that. And Philip Gale, his sister, he killed himself in 1998, and his sister is Liz Gale. She compiled these names. It's on her website, lizgale.com. And thank you so much. It was good to see my brother's name. I cried when she sent me that text. So she left Scientology. She's third generation Scientologist. She was trafficked in as a child. They force you to do labor camps, and all of these people have been Nora Ames, like everybody there. You can Google this. This is public, these messages. So and then the jacket is fur and fun. And my hat I customized because it's just feminine and beautiful. And I like flamboyance. I put together all the flowers on there and custom crafted it to look the way I wanted it to look. I did my own makeup, believe it or not. I'm very proud of that. I used to be a makeup artist 1,000 years ago. And so I took time to paint the look that is very inspired by Blondie in the 1990s. I love Blondie. So I love that look. And on the back of my jacket, it says Jesus heals. Pearls. Because Scientology kills, but Jesus heals. I would not be where I'm at today. I might have been one of those names in my jacket had I not had the love of Jesus. So I walked into the devil's den of the Grammys. Everybody knows I'm a MAGA girl. Everyone knows I'm conservative. Now I have the name of Jesus. Now I'm talking about Scientology. And no press wanted to talk to me. The side eye, bombastic side eye, girl. You don't know. You've been there at the Grammys. Press. They all want to talk to me.
Well, let's also, for people who don't know, guys, like this is why I'm so fascinated to talk to you, Joy, because we see like the shiny production and stolen land, like a bunch of sheep, but it is coming at you from every angle, guys. Like when you are behind the scenes, it is the press, it is all of the celebrities, handlers, it is the publicists, it is the managers, it is Ariana Grande herself, it is Lady Gaga in an egg, like it is the producers, it's the event coordinators, like it is all these people. So that's why I imagine, Joy, like I said, the side eye must have been coming in so hot. You said no press wanted to talk to you.
No press, because normally when you walk down that red carpet, and most people don't know, the plebeians. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Sorry, guys. Peasant. No.
Yeah, the peasants. That's what the elites say. They really do think of you guys like that. By the way, they really do. To your audience, they really are like, don't.
Joy, they think of like their own handlers as peasants. People not there.
You have to be a biatch to be, they're like, we're so entitled. Ariana Grande, all of them are entitled. They put on a nice face, and as soon as the cameras go down, and no one can say anything. We know about, what's her name, Mean Girl, Blake Lively got exposed for being an absolute biatch to that poor reporter who was like, oh, congratulations on your bump. And she's like, yeah, my little bump. What about you and your little bump? And they were like, that's how they are. That's really how they are. You wonder why the Mean Girls are so popular in high school? Well, guess what? Hollywood is high school for the absolute morally deficit. It 100%.
That actual part. Yeah.
Because you are willing to sell yourself. You're willing to sleep with anyone. You can make it if you try. It's not if you're talented. All these lies about, oh, she got discovered. That's nepotism. Oh, he just was found. No, he slept with somebody. It really, truly happens that way. Now, for me, I break in as an absolute outsider. I've never sold my soul, but Scientology was a bit of selling my soul. So I was in on this system. I know Tom Cruise. I knew, right? They're obviously have to pretend like they don't know me now. John Travolta, these kids,
right?
Numbers. I studied with them. It really is a club, and it's a club that try as hard as you can, you will never fully break into. So as a conservative, nobody wanted to talk to me. They saw my look, and normally I get a ton of press. Even the Trump haters want to talk to me and try to bait me and bait and switch. Nobody,
right.
Except for Hollywood Reporter.
Daily Mail did not, but Daily Mail just ran the piece on you after.
Yeah, Daily Mail were not there on the red carpet. Daily Mail ran the piece. They ran a piece a few weeks ago, and then they reached out and wanted to run an exclusive. So I gave them an exclusive because they were really good to me, which is so rare. I don't know. That's a God thing, because normally the Daily Mail on me everlastingly. And I laugh at this. They're like, look at Joy Villa, MAGA singer. Like, I only sing MAGA songs.
No,
right?
I saw like Trump obsessed Joy Villa. Wait, so
can we not live? Can I not live?
Can I not live?
Just voted for Trump. And yes, I wore Trump dresses. I've also worn other things and been at many other events in my music. It doesn't even sing about, I have one MAGA song and I sing about all kinds of things, but I don't care. I sing about freedom. I sing about for all people. Go ahead, blacklist me. They try to cancel us, right? And I keep coming back, and people are like, what are you doing there? I'm like, I get invited. I'm a member of the Recording Academy.
Sure.
10 years now I've been going to the Grammys, since 2015.
Wow.
So being there, so the Daily Mail absolutely talked to me. The Hollywood Reporter loves me. Usually Billboard was kind of busy. I also didn't want to try to be like, oh, do you guys want to talk to me?
Yeah.
I was peaceful. I had God's blessing on me, and I was there with my team, and I was just walking through, and I was like, you know what? I am here to represent God, and I'm here to protest Scientology. And I will. And so then they got me to the pictures. I took the pictures. A Hollywood Reporter talked about Nicki Minaj. I said, she's queen.
I saw that. That was so funny. Your clip on there. She's like, we knew the Barbs.
Us Barbs. We know. I love my Barbs. We all knew she was underground conservative, because those of us who follow Nicki Minaj would watch her lives, and she would sometimes say things. She's been underground. I tell you. And voting.
Joy, I remember doing a segment on her and doing a whole piece when she was very vocal during COVID. Do you remember that? She was like, wait, this vaccine, I don't know about this. That's when we were starting to get like the free thinking.
And everyone was like, we know she's on our side. By the way, there's Matthew McConaughey. Come on, everybody knows he's conservative.
Yeah.
If you move to Texas, if you never talk about politics like crap or anything, you're probably conservative. And those people, look what they're doing to Nikki, though. They're like hating on her. They made fun of her at the Grammys.
That's what I was going to say, Joy. Like, again, to really zoom out and paint the picture. They have Trevor Noah in there, taking shots at Nicki Minaj and the Trump thing. And they're like, no one wants to hear who's behind him, by the way. You know my Chrissy Teigen story, but the ultimate bully, Chrissy Teigen, being like, oh, bye, Nicki, bye. We don't want you. And I'm thinking like, wow, Chrissy's still a bully. Shocking. But then to have you, like, what a contradiction, right? You have that going inside the ceremony. Again, everybody in the groupthink bubble cheering it on, shitting on her, and then you on the carpet, not only donned in what you are, but like rooting her on. So I have to imagine, I mean, when you boil that down personified, like what it really feels like for you, Joy. I mean, I know you're so fearless and I know you're so ballsy, but what it really honestly feels like to be walking in that room, to be there, to be the other, to be the odd man out. Like, do you feel anything but I mean, do you feel like, am I being watched? Am I getting side-eyed? Am I, how do you really feel in those moments?
That's a great question. I'll tell you honestly, in the limo ride over, I felt nervous.
Yeah.
Because there's always a chance. I get a lot of hate, a lot of haters, a lot of negativity, and a lot of threats against my life. I get death threats every time, every year. Doesn't matter what I wear. And this year's no different. But I get a lot of hate. So I'm nervous before on the ride there, right? And in that 30 minutes when I'm riding there and I start praying, I start breathing, and I lock in and I get grounded and I go, God, let thy will be done, not my will be done. Whatever happens is meant to happen. And knowing this year it's extra scary to be a conservative in the public limelight because of what happened to Charlie Kirk, right? There is that very real fear. I'm going to be honest. It does run through everybody who is outspoken, and even you not being conservative. You're just not liberal, not Democrat. You're just insane.
That in and of itself. And then they'll applaud it after. And then they'll applaud it after.
Yeah. And they hate that. So knowing that I'm like, something very bad could happen.
Yeah.
Scientology is worth billions and billions of dollars. They're going to target me. There's probably going to be websites. There's going to be fake people. They're going to pay my exes to make lies. This is what they do to people who speak up, ex-Scientologists. So knowing that it could be detrimental to even my life, yeah, I did have 30 minutes of like deep breathing and praying. And then once I got there, I said, Lord, this is it. And I tell you, this was the most peaceful appearance at the Grammys. For me, I had an inner peace that I couldn't even understand, that other people couldn't understand. I was honestly just in my element. And I said, and my publicist was like, oh, let's get more interviews. Don't you want to stay? And I said, you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to wait for them to try to get my attention. I'm not here for them. I'm not here of my own accord, like just about me. Many Grammys, it has been about me, even if I wear amazing messages. Sometimes you get very selfish, like, oh, of course we're here for attention. Of course I want attention. But I always want attention for the right message. And this time, this message was extra special. I love all my messages. I still am very conservative. I stand by everything I've said. But this year, I really wanted to protest the absolute death squad and satanic organization that harms people, that is Scientology, that I was in. And I want to get people out. I got hundreds in. I need to get thousands out. This is part of what I need to do, because I'm aghast at what I was a part of. Like once I found the truth, once I was allowed to actually Google, you're not allowed to Google in Scientology. You get interrogation. You have to pay for these interrogations. They call them confessional procedures. I mean, you are really demonized. When I was in Nashville and I tweeted out, oh, is there a good Christian church? I got called in for that. And they're like, what are you doing? It looks like you're trying to leave. This was in 2020. And I'm like, I'm just on tour in Nashville. I want to go to a Christian church. They're like, you need to delete that tweet. That doesn't look good. Like literally they tried to run my social media like that. A lot of times I got in trouble because I would just do what I want anyways. But they absolutely would have handlers follow me, and they all have a smile on their face, right? And I would smile and I'd be like, I'm a Scientologist. I would talk and I would think.
Yeah.
I was trapped, and God never let me fall too deep or dark. He never let me lose everything. He still loved me, answered my prayers amazingly. And now that I'm out, I owe everything to God. And I want people to know it's not about religion. It's about a relationship with a higher power that loves you, that you can get out of any domestic violence, narcissistic violence. If you're a woman and they're telling you can't do it because you're a woman, or you're not allowed to be breaking in because you're too old, or all of this hate message that's out there, or you're too liberal, you're too Republican. I stand against hate. Not what they said in Ice Out and Bad Bunny saying, oh, we need to have love. We need to have. could barely speak English up there. I'm like, what an embarrassment to let people.
No,
I'm like, you're American. You live
You're-
in Puerto Rico. You can speak English. She's like, and when I say, what's the word? We need to have love. I'm like, get out of here.
Your
Like,
Lady Gaga post sent me. It was like, girl,
Pretty
satanic or
huge.
tone deaf, pick a struggle. No, but
pick
you
a
know what,
struggle.
Joy? You
Tone
know
deaf
what?
or satanic. You cannot have both, Lady Gaga. She's
And-
like, abracadabra. It was horrible.
No, if you guys haven't seen that video on Joy's page, absolutely, like it will literally send you to another place. So John Legend in the comments, Joy was in Hollywood Reporter and Daily Mail wrote the article about her and all the discrimination. I mean, Joy, you and I have talked about this since we first met, right? Like again, the obvious I always say he's always in the comments and I'm always like the real one, not that whatever poser at the Grammys. But we always talk about this, right? The sheer hypocrisy that Hollywood is supposed to be the breeding ground of ideas and art and innovation. And they are the most intolerant, orthodoxy oriented thinking. And what you said that struck me so much, guys, this tells you everything that you need to know. And Joy's right. Like the Scientology, they don't hide it. It's like a thing. This just shows you like there's Scientology centers. It's a whole thing, and just how much it permeates. Like the fact, I'm flabbergasted, the fact that you got more side eye and less interviews in this than your Trump, than your pro-life, than your build the wall, tells you everything that you guys need to know about how deep this is in Hollywood. And Joy, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've interviewed and I've always said, I'm like, and I know it's all just such a hoax and like a made up religion, by the way, that gets tax benefit. That's for another day,
Yeah, they need to have their IRS tax exempt status taken away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But the fact that I've joked, like, is Scientology onto something? Like John Travolta, one of the nicest men I've ever interviewed, Tom Cruise, obviously icon, and I've been like, wait, but on the flip side, we obviously know how dark it is. After I even went to the Scientology. What's that?
They are nice men, by the way, and they're trapped in that system too. They can't leave. Their whole career was built on 20-something years later. If they leave, they lose everything. And the secret Scientology keeps dossiers on every single person. I actually worked for the church because I was trained to keep dossiers on other people, because you get trained as a celebrity, then you can handle other celebrities. I would take notes. I know secrets of people. I would never release it because that's pertinent information, but you keep that, and every Scientologist knows going in there, because you have to share your deepest story. Like, when did you masturbate? How much did you come? I'm sorry to be graphic, but literally that's what they ask you, and you are paying over $300 an hour. Like, what porn did you look at? What did you do here? And so you get confessional, and then you feel better because you've said it. It's a copy and an absolute barbaric version of what the Catholic Church does, which I support, because you should have confession unto God, and that's different. This is a absolute bastardization of anything that is holy, and they steal from it because they use it to absolutely manipulate and control people.
Oh yeah.
So those men, those gentlemen, we know a lot. I know a lot of secrets. The public know a lot of secrets, unfortunately, but they're trapped. They can't leave. They will lose their children. They would lose their career. So they are victims in that system too, unfortunately. Two things can be true at the same time. You can be nice.
Yeah.
Was one of my really good friends. They kept her from going to the hospital. That's why she died. She sought so many natural treatments because it would look bad on the church, and she died within the church, suffering. It's horrendous what they do. They want to protect their bottom dollar because it takes and makes billions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
So sorry
it's a scheme. No, it is. And thank you for shedding light on that. And truthfully, like, being in Hollywood, I've joked, Joy, I've been like, Scientology, don't come after me. Like, you coming out like this, like, balls out.
No, I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal.
George Santos said that, by the way, when he came on my show. He's like, for the record, before he went to prison.
Yes,
I know,
for the
he's such a
record,
character.
I'm not suicidal. I never touched anybody underage. I never killed anybody. I don't know what lies they're going to say about me. I never, cheated on my taxes. Whatever. Everybody who's come out, Leah Remini, they came out, they had to get bottom of the barrel because Leah's amazing. I met her when I was a Scientologist and she still was. And then she left while I was a Scientologist. And they used to tell us all kinds of crazy lies about her. They're like, she's an alcoholic. She's miserable, by the way.
Yeah. You guys have to join forces. I was thinking, like, I had it in my notes, like, did Leah Remini reach out to you?
Tell her to reach out to me. She blocked me on all socials because obviously that was back when I was a Scientologist. Now I say this publicly. I'm not too afraid to beg. Hey, please, I'd love to get in touch with her.
Yeah.
Everybody knows her. Tell her I love her. I've watched her series. I cried. It helped me heal. It's absolute truth. And I'm telling you, that woman is so brave. And everyone's like, oh, I wish she would still speak out. She came out 12 years ago. Her show was a massive hit. Her book was a massive hit. They attacked this woman relentlessly. And I'm glad that she has a family life and some privacy, because I'm telling you, she hit them heavy and they were hurting from what she did. They will never admit that, but they were hurting. They would make up such lies. And I thought, they're like, she's miserable. She's destitute. She's an alcoholic. And I was like, she just won a second Emmy. Like, I'm like,
you would be,
even while I was a Scientologist, I was like, okay, sure. But inside I was like, she just won her second Emmy. I don't think that's true. And of course it's not true. And she has a lawsuit against them. But it's dangerous what they do. And if you go to Leah Remini, truth.com or whatever, they're going to have joyvillatruth.com. All of it's what they do. They make up lies. They do bottom of the barrel. I know this person that they paid to get up there and say, Leah Remini worked on set with me and she's an actress. And she goes, and I know this actress. And I go, oh my gosh, this is her. Because I watched the video because I was like laughing at these things. And she made a crude joke about somebody, touching someone inappropriate. I'm like, she made some dirty joke. Leah Remini's from Queens, like King of Queens. Hello. What New Yorker doesn't crack a dirty joke? And she's acting like this is a 50-year-old woman going, I was appalled. I'm like, you guys are gonna have to try better, Scientology. And none of us believe Leah Remini was an angel. She is a comedian and an actress. So God knows what they're gonna say about me. They've already called me unchristian. It's the most Christian thing I can think of to hit back against abuse and stand up for the victims of a criminal organization. So that this is not the last they've heard of me.
Well, lastly with that, and I swear I could go on with you about this forever. And I will tell you, I've met Leah and it was after all this. And she wasn't doing carpet interviews, but I just went up to her and I just said something like, thank you for all your work. She's just such a real one. She was like, you're absolutely like, she's just awesome. But again, Joy, like from an outsider watching, to see the striking difference between what you're doing, which is real activism and work to actually make a difference and help, versus the fake, performative, self-important, like literally, Joy, I was throwing up in my mouth. And Rob turned to me, I was watching the highlights, and he said, do you miss it? I was like, Rob, I was throwing up in my mouth then. Now it's on steroids. So
it's untenable to even be there with all that. It's really disgusting. I can only handle it once a year. And Lady Gaga came up there winning her like 30th Grammy, acting like she's a brand newbie to the scene and goes, oh my God. Yes. So much. Like, like your publicist paid for this and you're satanic. The camera was doing all the work. I was there. She was not even moving. She was just posing. I was like, did she get into another car accident? Is she have another broken hip from her pot addiction? Like this woman has another sad story, a poor little rich girl who sold her soul. She had a basket on her head, like open cage, and she didn't even try. This is the thing. I get that she's satanic and it's unfortunate. I don't support that, but at least give us a good show. She was off key. It was gross. The lights did all the work and the camera was just moving. I was like, I'm looking and she's just doing this. Abracadabra. I was like, dance. Where are your backup dancers? There was nothing. It was the worst show. I'm a dance performer. You're up here. And oh my God, my partner, Michael, that poor guy's drugged out of his mind. He got to be with her. Can you imagine? Lady Gaga is the worst.
It's just so, Joy. I mean, the whole thing, first of all, Rob and I are cracking up like, I have nothing prepared. You're a performer and you were nominated. What are we talking about? Like,
oh my God, I didn't expect this. It was so fake. It was her first Grammys. I mean, even Beyonce doesn't try to fake that. She goes up and says thank you and acts classy. She's like, oh, Oh, she's hyperventilating.
No.
The performative. I was like,
I
this is
can't.
dumb.
It's
You're
just
40 years
so.
old. Get with the program. We know you
Get
got
with
this.
get a reality check. And look,
Justin Bieber had the best album of all time. I'm sorry.
if you guys
but
missed
Justin
it,
Bieber, I should have done a Kanye up there. Justin Bieber should have won.
He's so over it, guys. Justin Bieber literally performed in his underwear. I'm not kidding. I'm like, this is
understand
how over it he is.
Did he do this to you?
I know. Do you need to talk?
I didn't like the underwear. I was like, I guess it's kind of like in your room by yourself. He did an amazing job. I cried. Wow. It was so powerful in person because it's so real. And he's singing about that love that loves him, that true love. And the fact that he found that in Haley, God bless him. They wore ice out pins, unfortunately, but you know what? I'm praying for them because I love Justin. I love Haley. I want them to win. We know what happened between him and Diddy. And the fact that this guy is still, and the press were so mean to him when he was a kid. And all of this like Pink and everybody tried to make out with him when he was an underage kid. And nobody talks about that. And now he's up in the Grammys in his underwear, sexualized much, but we got to pray for him.
Yeah. And you know what? All of that considered, that end of the spectrum, the Gaga, I don't know, like what was what ritual in the woods went awry, like on stage. And then you even have, right?
Good.
You have like, was it at least entertain me if you're going to be.
You have some demons dancing on stage if you're going to go all blast. I thought you sold your soul to Satan. Satan's running out of budget this year, I guess.
I can't. It's giving high school production. No,
I was like, what? Stop.
No, and even the Kalani, like fuck ICE, the Billie Eilish, stolen land, like the pins and the this and the banners and the that.
If you're a billionaire, just give up your money. Girl, you're a millionaire.
What are we talking about? It's like,
how can multimillionaire elitists be up there? They're in the system, of the system, run by the system, helping run the system. How can they virtue signal so much to your average hardworking American who's trying to hold down 2 jobs just to pay bills? And you're telling me, like, get ICE out. Every ICE person there has done more for their country than every single one of these Hollywood elites. Please.
And they're all clapping. Like, it's the best thing they ever heard. And you know what, Joy? Like, we can joke about it. And that's why I'm so disgusted. And that's why I don't miss it. Because if they wanted to have a real impact, like what you're doing, they could. And the sad part is you will get thrown under the bus and they'll all, I know you're a lady, so part of it, but they'll like circle jerk each other until the end of time. And it's like, you're not doing anything. You know, someone sent me a story, I thought of you this morning, and I don't know if it's real or not, or if it's AI. I think it's real, but how Matthew Perry, before he died, like the acts of kindness he would do to people suffering behind the scenes. It wasn't this loud thing. It wasn't this performative virtue signaling on the stage. You know, Michael, like all these people who are of influence, who have the resources, who do these gestures that really help people. And that's what makes me so sad, yet hopeful when I see you. But again, the fact that like that tells you everything you need to know, that you're out here with a real message. You'll get thrown under the bus, you'll get shafted. And then these people are really doing absolutely diddly squat, dicky do nothing, and they'll cheer each other on. So with that, Joy, what to you, we have the comments popping. What to you, before I let you go, is, you know, you've been there for 10 years. We've seen the arc. What is the most performative? Like, is it the worst it's ever been? And with that, to kind of counteract that, why this message this year? Why this? Because you have gone political, you've gone, you know, pro-life and Christianity. Like, you're so bold. Why this to counteract? And yeah, to you again, being on the inside, like what is just insufferable, and like how it just maybe that we're not even seeing, you know, on the inside.
I'll start with what's insufferable. Really good questions. It's the hypocrisy. These people are not nice to their handlers, to their escorts, to the photographers. They're not nice. I've seen such rudeness. It is culturally acceptable to be rude, to be not make eye contact, to be elitist there. And every one of them thinks like I'm the good one. And I hate to say this, but so I'm Black and Latina, I can say this. But the house Negroes, they call me a house Negro. They're house Negroes that get invited, because the Negroes that do get up there, I'm talking about the Black people that get up there, they had to do a lot of dirty deeds to get up there. And then they look down on everyone else. I'm talking about you, Lizzo. They look down on every other person, and they are just as bad. They talk about, oh, dark-skinned women, Black women, Latina women, Latinos, immigrants. They talk this big game, but once they get there, Selena Gomez, they don't do anything to help the underprivileged. She was up there crying like, these are my people. First of all, she's half Mexican, half white, right? So like, but like all the white disappears, right? You know, like I'm Italian,
of course.
I'm Black, and I'm proud of my Italian, right? Italian girlies for the win. I'm not afraid of that white part of me, and I'm not afraid of all my ethnicities because I had nothing to do with it. But these people have such pride, and they're like 5% Black. They're like, I'm a Black, strong Black woman, and they're like,
no, it's so true.
Swiping daddy's credit card because they went to Beverly Hills High School and that's why they got in. They didn't have to fight that hard, right? And all of them are just so full of the hypocrisy, and all of them. You know who's not on Diddy's list? I gotta say, love him or hate him, and he is crazy, Kanye West. Because he's consistently exposed a lot of these people, and I don't stand by everything he says.
Sure.
One celebrity that goes very extreme, right? But the people that you see on the outlines who are extreme, who don't play the game, but still continue to create, those people have been ostracized and put down so much, and they actually had to fight. There's a lot of Jelly Roll. I cannot say the bad without the good. Jelly Roll was up there preaching.
Yeah, I saw
Jelly Roll in Italy, by the way. I had the exclusive. I knew he was slim before he came out in his slim new body because I saw him this summer in Italy. I just saw him walk by me, and I was like, Jelly Roll. And he's like, hey, how are you? He was so sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in Rome at the same time as Jelly Roll. I love him and his wife. They're real people. And when he got up there, he was like, God is for everyone. Jesus is for everyone. And I got to tell you, he started preaching, and very few people clapped. But everybody clapped when Trevor Noah dunked on Trump and dunked on Nicki Minaj. But you know what? My whole row in the VIP, the LA Galaxy, maybe I shouldn't say it because I don't want them to get blacklisted, but I sat next to some soccer players, and all of those guys did not stand when every anti-ICE joke was made, anti-Trump joke was made. And I said, I must be sitting next to the right row. And they're like, yeah, we don't play that. And I was like, yes. When Jelly Roll talked, nobody barely clapped. I stood up there and started cheering. You cannot mention the name of Jesus. If you say God, you got to be like satanic though, right? You know, you got to have, it's not accepted. If you get up there and you talk about pro-life values, there's no way, but you can say, oh, I thank my abortions for winning, like Michelle Williams did at whatever Oscars or whatever, not Grammys, but it's so biased. It's so extremely disgusting. Also in this Me Too era where we don't actually empower women unless they think like what we want them to think. And that is control, that is manipulation, that is not free empowerment, because I stand by your right to be, if you told me I'm a Democrat and I go against every political thing, I'd be like, girl, more power to you. I am not, but I can still sit down and have a cup of coffee with you. I wouldn't be like, you deserve to die and let's kill them like Charlie Kirk. Let's Charlie Kirk them. I see that go viral. I'm like, how disgusting do you have to be that somebody thinks differently than you and you got to boo them, you got to make fun of them? Nicki Minaj was the darling. All of a sudden she thinks differently as a Black woman, as an immigrant, and you boo her and use her as a joke. Trevor Noah should be absolutely ashamed of himself.
No, I agree. That's really, it's also just not funny. Like, how about try being funny? Like, I don't know. Here's a crazy idea. Groundbreaking. But actually try to be funny.
Try dumping on Gavin Newsom, and now it's going to be 8 cents per mile that you drive in California.
It's
the taxes are insane.
And you know what, Joy? Again, I'm like you. I love the clash of ideas. It's democracy, baby. Bring it on. And again, do I need it at an award show? The fuck I this, that, whatever. But it's the intolerance. Like, at least let's see. If you're going to, like, do one, then fine. Accept the other. Accept it all. Like, it's so hypocritical. And that's the part that drives me nuts. So with that.
They don't see it.
They don't see it. So why, first of all, should I miss it? And why this message this year that was obviously so bold, especially in a place like that, where again, it permeates. People may not understand so deep in Hollywood culture.
Yes. Well, I prayed about it straight up. I went into prayer. I fasted for 3 days. I said, God, I want the message to be whatever you want the message to be. It's not about me. I want a strong message that is going to speak to you. And the back of my jacket says Jesus heals. And the front I almost didn't want to do the Scientology message because I was like, do I need to fight? Am I really about being aggressive this year? Like, what do you want? Because I've worn very positive messages, make America great again and choose life. And I speak from my beliefs in a positive, value-centered way. But God was like, no, I come to bring a sword. It's okay to fight. When it's wrong, you have to fight wrong. You have to stand up. You have to go against the grain. You have to hit back against the enemy. And this, I had full permission. And I said, you know what? I'm ready, God. I will be your warrior on that red carpet. I will protest the atrocities and the crimes. I have so many friends now who have left Scientology who tell me their stories of being trafficked into Scientology at 12, at 9, worked to the bone, abused mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually. I mean, everybody's abused in Scientology because you cannot consent to being taken advantage of that way, especially if you're underage. I came in as an adult in my early 20s and I still faced such incredible abuse. I had to have such deprogramming. I felt so a lack in myself because they said everything Scientology, you have to give credit to Scientology, not to God, not to my hard work, not to my grit, not to my ethics of being in the industry for over 20 something years, right? Working hard from the bottom, doing background roles, taking whatever jobs, whatever like $20, $5 an hour gigs that I could do, doing makeup, be like working, sleeping on my friends' couches, being homeless, being taken advantage and abused by an acting agency, being trafficked myself, like things that happened to me in the industry that I fought through to be able to keep my integrity, never doing porn or OnlyFans. I'm against all that crap. Never sleeping with somebody to get a leg up, even when it was offered to me, being like, no, because I couldn't look myself in the mirror. All of those lonely, restless nights that I paid and invested, and yes, had to do the selfies and the interviews and all of that stuff that I had to do, those late nights. And you're telling me it's Scientology that got me here? I don't think so. That is gaslighting. That is a narcissistic, abusive system. They took $2 million from me. They told me they could sell me spiritual freedom. They put my face all over the churches. And now they have the balls, the audacity to keep taking advantage of people. You cannot sell spiritual freedom. Not one church can do that. And if you claim to be a Christian church or whatever church, and you have to get money in exchange for spiritual awareness, you are a scam. You are a scam. And Scientology kills. They don't just harm, they kill. So many people have committed suicide because of Scientology and their abusive tactics once you leave. That's the difference between a religion and a cult. What happens once you leave?
Joy.
Why now?
What a mic drop. I'm going to end it with this in the comments, which I couldn't say it any better. It's the moment, it's the exact thing I thought the moment that I saw you, and for making me going through the Grammys highlights salvageable. So thank you for is in all caps authentic. And that is you. And again, it's so infectious, Joy. I have chills. It's so powerful. And, again, regardless of politics or beliefs, like nobody can look at you and be like, that girl isn't, I don't want to do a double negative. Basically, she is about what she's about. Like, she is about what she is about. And it's so powerful. And just keep being louder. And in a world of Billie Eilish's, be a joy.
Come on.
Period.
I'll take it. I love it.
Be a joy. You're about what you're about. You're so fiercely authentic, and it's so infectious, Joy. It's so inspiring. So
glad you inspire me, girl. We've been friends for years, and you've never stopped being outspoken, having a variety of beliefs on your show, changing your thinking. That's a sign of highest intelligence when you can change your thinking and go, oh, I actually see a different thing. Oh, I see this. You're very intelligent because you're able to look at all the arguments and make your decision based on that, not because of what the crowd tells you to believe. You have that special ability. You're an incredible journalist, hostess, personality. You're beautiful inside and out. And I just love you. So I want to tell you that.
Thank you. I was going to say it's not even my birthday, but it is in a few hours and you just made it. And it's so mutual, like seriously. And everyone in the comments can see that. Like I just, hold you to the highest regard. I have such respect for you. I just love you. You're so about what you're about. And you know what, Joy? It's such a rare thing in this world.
It's hard to find fellow girls who love and cheer for another people in the industry who cheer for another. And I'm grateful to have you as a friend.
I kind of am getting a little emotional here, Joy. Oh my God, same. What is happening? Oh my gosh. I try to like not.
Am I melting your cold, dead heart?
Yes, see guys, under these, there's a real heart under there.
You're making me cry. The sisterhood, people don't know how
What
hard
a
it is.
gift. I love you, Joy, so much. Oh my gosh, I know. I try to like hold it somewhat together, but
happy birthday. You deserve all good things, Taylor. And this
so
is just the beginning. You are not even at your peak. You are just starting. And as great as you are and all the things you've done, you are at the beginning of something great. This is our year.
My gosh, your words to God's ears and the back of your jacket to Jesus, like be a direct line. Hey, right. Here.
Bless my sister in the name of Jesus. You already got that blessing, girl. He listens to my prayers, so he's answering them. Hallelujah.
Joy made it real. Joy, I love you so much. It's so mutual. Such a badass. Obviously can't say enough good things. And just be louder. You know, I always got your back.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I will see you all on Thursday. Thanks, Joy. Love you.
Bye. Love you guys.
Chris, how was your pee break?
My pee break.
They might flash you on TikTok.
Wear them, baby.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. Quite an intro.
Let's address the elephant in the room. That's not the elephant in the room. There's no elephant. Nobody cares.
But I too am a thought criminal.
Good. Well, I like you already.
Does this look like a girl who's joking around?
No.
But how much do you actually understand money? Especially the new wave.
Beauty or intelligence? When you unleash both, it is men's kryptonite.